Shalom. Ko holo Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Bahashem Raha Hakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect from the 12 tribes of Israel. You, especially you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that make up the 12 tribes of Israel. Today just was flipping through media and seeing this. It was actually a video, this picture that you see, and it was the young lady on the far left, of course, and her husband, the far right, and she had a basketball. She would throw the ball, and of course, every time he would catch the ball, pretty much indicating it's like they have created a basketball team. So as you can see, and do the counting, there's 11 kids between the two of them. Okay. And so just had just spiritual thought of the kingdom. Okay. First thoughts that come to mind, of course, if one man, having 10 children or 11 children with one woman, then imagine, the kingdom of a priest, having, substance and are in a position to take care of all of their children, but on top of that, having multiple wives. So then, of course, looking at it's 11 between the two of them, but say just this man himself had four other wives or three other wives and had 11 more children. Between them, 11 with each of them. That's 44 children within just between him and three other wives, And so it just had me thinking, just of the kingdom and how blessed we are currently to have this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from on high, from Yahweh, from Yahushai, and then the things that we are looking forward to come. This is actually a thought had just came to mind, but I'm gonna get this here and it may come back. It came and left. So the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 27 and 28, it says, so the Most High, or in this case, it would be Elohim, which are the powers, created man in his own image. In the image of the Most High, created he him. Man and female created he them. Okay. And so, you have, in order to actually multiply, you have to have male and female. And that's, adverse to the philosophies and the doctrines or things that are being pushed in this current present world. As you can see, in order for a multiplying to happen, you have to have a male, that has the sperm, and a female that has eggs. And so men with men and women with women will not multiply a nation. Okay, so that's completely adverse to the ways of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And so as a result, also with that, sin would no longer be in the children of Israel. Okay, like as it would tells us Jeremiah, and then also in Hebrews, but Jeremiah 31 verse 31, it talks about how he's going to put the laws in our inward parts. So then we would never have to worry about disease, death, have to worry about miscarriages, have to worry about which the scriptures talk about untimely births, or your children living and dying. A man. Actually, you coming into life and your seed, you're able to see the progenitor, your grandfather's father, for eternity. And so these are things that are well beyond the mindset and the thought patterns of people today. And of course, the men of the Lord, these are the things that we look forward to. And only a power such as ours, Yahweh and Yahushai, can give us such things. He says, verse 28, he says, and the Most High blessed them, and the Most High said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. So again, there's some thoughts there, because again, he gave Adam dominion over the whole earth. And so of course, being able to walk amongst lions and bears, and not be fear, to go into the depths of the oceans, into the sea, into the skies and things like that, and deal with most poisonous birds and things like that, being in our glorious body. Okay. To really have dominion over something, let's look up this word dominion really quick. It says supreme authority. So you can't have supreme authority over anything if it's actually more powerful than you. All right. So in this case, we're going to have supreme authority. Okay. Sovereignty. All right. Is a celestial hierarchy. Okay. Because we're going to be angelic, like have powers in which is beyond measure. Okay. It says super. When I look in sovereignty, it says superpower, especially over a body. Okay. Freedom from external control. Right. So there would be nothing be able to harm our people. So there's scripture that just come to mind. This is it's just an example. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 11. I'm gonna read up one. When he talked about peace, verse 7, it says, and the cow and the bear shall feed. It says, their young ones shall lie down together, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox. So just show you there's going to be peace in the kingdom. It says, and the suckling child, okay, like in this picture. See if I can bring that picture back. Salakia. And the suckling child, just think of this young man here, okay? And the suckling child, it says, shall play on the hole of an asp, and the weaning child, actually that would be the weaning child, right? The one that's weaned, shall put his hand on the cockatrice's den. So they won't be harmed. It says they shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain. And who's the holy mountain? The children of Israel. Okay. That's the mountain also represents governments. Okay. For the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord as the waters cover the sea. So it's going to be, at this point, it's going to be an abundance of, the Lord's presence upon the earth. And currently we don't have that. Okay. You see nothing but death. You see bloodshed. You see adultery. You see all manners of wickedness that has happened upon the earth. And you see children being hurt. You got women being ravished. And it's only going to get worse because, like it tells us in the scriptures, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. As you can see, the people aren't rejoicing. Right? During the time of Solomon, the 40 years under Solomon, the people did rejoice. Right? But it says, but when the wicked beareth rule, which has been for quite a long time, the people mourn. And the people that we're most concerned with is the children of Israel. But on this side, especially the elect. Okay. And we're coming to a time where we're going to have that peace and prosperity that people speak of, but not really understand. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 60. And the point is let me jump over and come back. I'll read up a couple verses 18. It says, violence shall no more be heard in thy land. Okay. And it's a people before it's a place. But right now you see the people that's in the land of Israel who is occupying that place right now as we speak, these people currently are at war. It actually just said recently that believe that they just started sending going at Hamas again. Okay, and so that land is going to be inhabited by the true people, and when that time comes, there's going to be complete peace. Let me get this real quick. This is Isaiah chapter. Actually, let me just get the read down to 4, which we talked about the governments. Okay, this is Isaiah chapter 2, verse 1. It says, "The word of Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. It shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountain." So just show you the house of the Lord, the house of David, the elect. Okay, it's going to be established. The top of the mountain is going to be a government established, and shall be exalted above hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. So you're going to have Yahushai, the house of David as king, the 144,000. All right, and then you're going to have the commonwealth of the rest of the Israelites. Then you're going to have all the other nations, right, are going to flow unto it. Okay, and many people shall go and say, "Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the power of Jacob," right, which his name was changed to Israel, "and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths." See, so they're going to have to be taught and going to have to learn. That's why Peter mentioned about a kingdom of priests. Okay, and we're going to be the teachers to govern the whole entire earth in righteousness under Yahweh Shah. And then and he says, and he shall teach us his ways, just like today's time, how everyone was flowing over to, and probably still trying to, not unknowingly, that this place is going to crash. But people are all flowing over to the Americas when they were in their height. They were learning how to, in their educational systems, learning how to govern themselves within their own countries based off of the teachings of the American system. This is going to be how the people are going to flow and learn from the children of Israel, but on a more magnified level. Okay. And then it says, he shall teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion, which is Israel, shall go forth the law. And that's where we said we're going to be teaching the ways of the Heavenly Father. And we're going to be doing them naturally. Okay. Because they're going to be in our inward parts, and we will never die for that reason, because the wages of sin is death. And for that reason, we will never sin once Yahweh Shah returns, and we all, Lord willing, part of that number. But because eventually it tells you in the end, all Israel shall be saved. Okay, so this is what we look forward to. All right, as Israelites, it says, "And the word of the Lord from Jerusalem." So again, actually, I wanted to get 4 too. He says, "And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people," because initially, they're gonna have to be beaten into order. Okay, these people will have to be beaten into order. It says, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, right? So then you're going to see, and their spears into pruning hooks. So just farming material. "Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore," because they're going to learn how to conduct themselves and be civilized, true civilized people upon the earth. Okay. And it says, "O house of Jacob, come ye, and let us walk in the light of the Lord." So the commandments is a lamp, and the law is light, and the reproofs of instructions are the way of life. So everyone is going to have to walk in the light of the Lord and his ways. And it's going to be taught by the children of Israel. And that's a beautiful thing. This is the book of Lamentations chapter 4, verse 21. And it says, and the punishment, or 22, Salakia, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. So just bringing out the point that this is the final captivity. Once we go through, you know, we endure, Lord willing, we endure until the end. This will be the final and last captivity. We will never have to see the captivities ever again, and we'll be on top. Okay, actually, just when I thought about that, here's that book of Daniel. Let me see. For this is a scripture I always like to quote. This is Daniel chapter 7. The point is in 18, but I want to read just a little bit up. Actually, it was okay. Nope, 18. It says, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. So there's going to be a time where this great beast, this current rulership system, on Esau, Edom, so-called white man, his system is going to go down, and in the process of, it's going to be the kingdom of Israel. Actually, this just made me think. Just had the thought where it tells you in Edris, you know, that for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. That's in Second Edris chapter 6, verse 7 through 9, I believe. So when Yahushua returns, he's going to be returning in a time where Edom would be ruling, and they are currently, and their system and things in which they're creating and their rulership, and these things are going to fall. So then we got something I want to bring, because going back into the point where that picture had came into mind, just a couple more scriptures, and there's several others, but like I said, we do this with all our might, you know, and you know the Lord, where He continues. So maybe there'll be another time, because I always like to think about the kingdom to come, you know, and what could be, you know, and when we have those thoughts, the Lord is going to completely exceed, you know, what we could even imagine. Okay, because our thoughts are not His thoughts, neither are our ways His ways. You know, His ways are so high and infinite, you know, beyond time. You know, it's like we can't even fathom the things that He has. Matter of fact, since I've had that thought, let me bring this. It's another thought. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 9. Now, before I bring this out, Yahushua, He says, I go into prepare a place for you. You know, and if it was not true, He would not say it, you know, roughly paraphrasing. So then I think of this, 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 9, He says, as it is written, I have not seen nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which the Most High have prepared for them that love Him. And so He has things prepared for those He loves. And He's going to take, you know, He has care of His elect. And these are the things, again, we cherish and, you know, we look forward to. Another thought had came to mind. I'm still like came and left. So, you know, but that is exciting to hear. You know, I'll just read that part again. He says, the things which the Most High have prepared for them that love Him. And what did He say? If you love Me, keep My commandments. So let's go back into this here. I wanted to get this Isaiah chapter 45, verse 18. It says, for thus said the Lord that created the heavens, the Most High Himself that formed the earth and made it, See, he actually gave Yahushua the blueprint, his first begotten son, to create all things. When you look in Colossians, all things were made for him and by him. Colossians 1, and I believe starting at 16, it says, he have established it. He created it not in vain. He formed it to be inhabited. Inhabited by who? The children of Israel, those that he loved. He says, I am the Lord, and there is none else. Let me see what the next verse say. He says, I have not spoken in secret in the dark places of the earth. I said not unto the seed of Jacob, seek ye me in vain. I, the Lord, speaketh righteousness. I declare things that are right. So I'm reading the scriptures, and he's saying that these are the things that are going to happen. So check this. He said this to Abraham. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 26, verse 3. He says, sojourning in this land, he says, and I will be with thee and will bless thee for unto thy seed, I will give all these countries. So, of course, Isaac, is what was established, went to Abraham. Abraham had many sons, as it tells you, and he had, other wives. He had Sarah, of course, he had Isaac. And then with Keturah, he had several other sons. I believe it was like 8 sons. And then but Isaac is where this promise was given to. He says, and I will perform the oath which I swear unto Abraham thy father. And actually should have went up to see. Let me go up. Let me go full chapter really quick. He was actually talking to Isaac at this time, Salakia. But let me go back. He says, and I will make thy seed to multiply as the stars of heaven. And of course, he had Jacob, and Jacob had 12 sons, and those 12 sons make up the children of Israel. And I will give unto thy seed all these countries, and in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed. Okay, so as you can see there, all the nations are going to flow unto Israel, and of course, all the people will eventually rejoice that we, the children of Israel, will be back in their rightful place. Last scripture, and let me see, which one was it? Coming back here. Okay, so this is the book. Back to Isaiah chapter 60, verses, I'll start at 18 again. It says, violence shall no more be heard in thy land, wasting or destruction within thy borders, but thou shalt call thy walls salvation and thy gates praise. And just to see, you looked at the woman at first, when I first started, she could very well be an Israelite, because it's not about the look, it's about the spirit. Who knows? However, men are going to have women of the other nations, and going to multiply with them as well. So though we say we're going to have many wives, you're going to have wives of the Israelites, many nations of the nations, but then you're going to have the concubines. You're going to have wives and women of the other nations and be multiplying with them as well. Just wanted to put that out there. It says, the sun shall no more thy light by day, neither for brightness shall the moon give light unto thee, but the Lord shall be unto thee everlasting light and thy glory. So just to show you, of course, knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding, the Lord's going to be with us forever, even forever. And so it says, the sun shall no more go down, neither shall thy the moon withdraw itself, for the Lord shall be thy everlasting light, and the days of thy mourning shall be ended. Because again, we're going to have the laws completely righteous. Okay. It says, thy people shall also thy people also shall be righteous. And the reason why we mention that star, the moon and the sun, is because he created the moon and the sun. Everything he created forever. So they're going to still have they're still going to, the sun is still going to shine and do what it needs to do. And the moon's going to still go through its cycle. So that's how we go into that being the knowledge. Okay. So you have some people say, oh, there will be no more moon and no more sun. No. But continue, says, thy people also shall be all righteous. They shall inherit the land forever, the branches of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may glorify. That I may glorify. It says, a little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, the Lord, shall hasten it in his time. And so, again, out of all of that, I got these thoughts, in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahshai, just based off seeing this family, and just imagining, a land, or occupied with an innumerable amount of Israelites upon the earth. So I hope that this lesson was edifying, uplifting, and exhorting of some sort to the body of true believers. Before I end, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Raha HaKadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the globe. Till next time, all those listening and learning to you, I say, Shalom.